Hello DBZ fans, my name is Zack Attack, and today we are talking about Vegeta. Now, I've been seeing this on the internet a lot since Super started, and everyone's been complaining about Vegeta. People have been saying that Vegeta is not as hardcore as he used to be. Today, I want to discuss that and go over a few points and discuss why Vegeta isn't the way he is from before, and maybe see if it all makes sense and see if it was just a sudden character change or if it's actually congruent. Now, I have a lot of discussion ideas for this stuff, but I just want to be clear, I just want to put this out there real quick, that I'm sorry for all the stupid videos I've been uploading lately, but that's just the kind of guy I am. I like to just make stupid shit. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching those stupid videos. I know they were probably fucking cancerous, but oh well. The first thing I want to get into with Vegeta here is that when we first met Vegeta, he was a hardcore thug, right? He even killed the only other Saiyan that he knew and was technically, I think, his bodyguard or something, being that he was a prince, so he was a pretty hardcore motherfucker. And throughout the series, we've always seen Vegeta as this really badass mug. No fucks given. But people are saying that he's not as hardcore as he once was. We were given more light on Vegeta from the Saiyan saga. We first met him, we saw the kind of power he wielded, and we saw that he and Goku were evenly matched. And the fight ended with both of them damaged. Very, very brutally damaged, I should add. Now, in the Frieza saga, we were given more light on Vegeta, the kind of character he was, why he is like he is, what happened to him, and all that stuff. But I want to point out one moment in the Frieza saga, period, that really shed a whole lot of light on Vegeta, just in this one scene. The scene where Vegeta had just fought Frieza and Goku just showed up, and Vegeta was down and powerless. And he looks towards Goku and pleads to Goku.
I need you to know what happened to planet Vegeta, where we were born. It was Frieza. Frieza did it. After we Saiyans served him faithfully and blindly followed his every last order, he betrayed us. He disposed of our race like common trash, wiped us from existence, so that now we are all that remain. They're all gone. Your parent, my father, the king. We Saiyans were growing in strength and numbers, and Frieza feared that soon a Super Saiyan would be born among us. It terrified him.
That old story again?
I'm begging you, you must defeat him, please. He must die by a Saiyan's hand.
With those lines, Goku took on his final words just as Frieza shot Vegeta down. Those are words that would never come out of a man like Vegeta unless he was literally at the bottom of his own barrel and he knew his number was up. He needed closure, and he looked towards the only other Saiyan that rivaled him in battle and even surpassed him. He looked towards the very one he despised to avenge his fallen comrades. That is a very sensitive side of Vegeta, and that was the very first time we saw Vegeta give in to tears and plead. That's not hardcore. That is a warrior who understands pride more than anything. Where can pride come from? Well, a numerous amount of things, but we'll get into that later. The second thing I want to point out is in the Cell Saga. In the Cell Saga, we got to see Vegeta finally upgrade. We got to see him become the Super Saiyan that he always bragged about when he fought Frieza. Now, in the Cell Saga, or Android Saga, we saw Vegeta kick everyone's ass. He was an unstoppable ass-whooping machine. He destroyed Android 19 and practically destroyed Dr. Zero's base without a second thought. Vegeta at this point was still the badass mug we all knew him to be. But another particular scene I want to point out in the Cell Saga was the moment when Trunks got shot through the chest by Cell. The look on Vegeta's face struck in awe. He had just realized his son was murdered before his very eyes. And seeing that, his rage burst. His rage consumed his Saiyan blood, and he charged at Cell and gave it all he had, even though it wasn't enough. But even still, he still gave it all he could. A moment like that only happens to somebody who cares. Where do you care from? The pride. Your pride is what drives you forward and gives you the potential to care about things. In the Buu Saga, once again we saw Vegeta being the badass mug that he's always been. However, we see a moment of weakness in this series where Vegeta gives in to his carnal desire and allows Babidi to take over his mind, possessing him. He does this just so he can rival Goku once again, like he did back in the old days. Back in the days when Vegeta first arrived. He wanted to rival Goku, and with Babidi's magic he became a Super Saiyan 2. With this, Vegeta did not hesitate for that rematch he's been dying for with Goku. He even destroyed a partial amount of the stadium and all the people that were sitting in those seats, just to make his point clear.
Kakarot, you and I have a rivalry that must be settled here and now.
With those words, Goku immediately took his challenge, knowing that there was no way around it. Through several punches, kicks, and ki blasts all across the battlefield, they finally realized the true danger that was coming upon them. And Vegeta, even though he was possessed, resisted Babidi, only using his magic for the extra power. His pride ruled all in his mind. When he noticed Majin Buu's power rising, he decided to team up with Goku to take this thing out, because Goku kept pleading to him that we need to handle this. Vegeta knew, with this extra power and being possessed with evil magic, he knew he was too far gone. And with the mindset he still had, he decided to take care of it himself. Vegeta decided to knock Goku out when he was least expecting it, taking the Senzu Beans. Taking one for himself to power himself up, and going straight for Majin Buu. It was there we saw the deepest point of Vegeta once again. We saw that he knew Majin Buu was too powerful to stop on his own. He took his son into his arms and hugged him, told him that he loves him, and then with that he knocked out his son and tossed him to Piccolo and told him, "Piccolo, get them out of here." With no words, Piccolo agreed and took both Goten and Trunks and left the scene, while Vegeta committed the ultimate sacrifice. We've seen this point of Vegeta many times. He is not a character who is just purely without thought. He does care. He does think about other things other than his Saiyan pride. He cares about the pride that he has for his family. So in Dragon Ball Super, we see more of this light being shed on Vegeta, more commonly than in Dragon Ball Z. But it makes sense now, doesn't it? After all the things that Vegeta's been through, hell, even at the end of the Buu Saga, when they were fighting Buu on the Kai planet, Vegeta admitted to Goku,
How can a Saiyan fight like that, and at the same time be so gentle that he wouldn't hurt a fly? Oh, it makes me angry just thinking about it. But perhaps it is my anger that has made me blind to the truth for so long. I see it now. This day has made it all too clear. You're better than me, Kakarot. You are the best.
that he was the stronger warrior, but he did not admit that while saying giving up. No, he finally admitted that Goku was the stronger warrior, and he decided to take this as his new drive to becoming more powerful, his new pride, to no longer rival, but to surpass. And that's all Vegeta's been doing in Dragon Ball Super, is trying to level with Goku like back in the olden days. Vegeta cares about his family. We've seen this several times. We've seen it in the Cell Saga when he saw his son from the future be shot through the chest. We've seen this in the Buu Saga when he sacrificed himself just after giving his son a hug. Probably the first hug Trunks has ever gotten from his father. Hell, probably even the first hug Vegeta's ever had in his life. Vegeta is a hardcore guy. He is not a Saiyan without his pride. And his pride stems from both being a Saiyan, his family, and his goals. So in Dragon Ball Super, when we see Vegeta dancing when Beerus is threatening to destroy the world, he's not being silly on purpose. He's thinking about his family. His family lives on this planet. So he did what he had to do to protect his family. He made a fool of himself to please Beerus. We've seen Vegeta doing this a lot in Dragon Ball Super, making a fool of himself, acting courteous when he's usually selfish, especially around Beerus and Whis, which makes sense because they are a higher power, and of course he doesn't want to piss them off and have them destroy the planet where his family lives. We saw in the Universal Tournament that Vegeta pretty much took the tournament by storm, defeating up to 3 opponents. One of those opponents was a Saiyan from Universe 6 named Kaba. Vegeta automatically grew a liking to this kid, Kaba, because of them being the same race. And with Vegeta knowing that there's another universe full of Saiyans thriving and growing, he suddenly finds a revival in his Saiyan pride. And when he fought Kaba, he sort of found himself again in that battle. However, Vegeta lost to Hit because he just could not see Hit coming. And when Goku took the ring and defeated Hit by upgrading to a Kaioken times 10 plus Super Saiyan God Blue, Vegeta was enraged. Once again, Kakarot had surpassed him. Once again, his pride has been stroking stronger to rival him again. Vegeta has always been like this, but at the end of the tournament, he still cares about his family. Vegeta is now a family man. He knows this, and he's always willing to get stronger to protect his family. So did he suddenly just become a goofball in Super just because Toriyama wanted it? Could be. But I don't think so. I think Toriyama built Vegeta the way he is in Super because of the past events, shining light on his world of darkness until it became bright enough to see the clear picture of Vegeta. Now, if you think about it, Vegeta and Goku are pretty much the same person. They just have different upbringings. While Goku was sent to Earth, he cracked his head on the tree and was found by his grandfather named Gohan and was raised as a martial artist in the woods and was raised to respect life, give thanks to those you hunt, and be courteous and kind. While Vegeta was raised on a planet full of selfish warriors. If it was Vegeta that had went to Earth and cracked his head, Vegeta would be the Goku, and Goku would be the Vegeta. They're technically the same character. They both strive to get stronger, and they both want to protect their families. In Goku, we've always seen him be a goofball throughout the years we've known him. Well, now it's Vegeta's turn. Now it's Vegeta's turn to be the hero that Goku has always been. Goku's always been the goofball hero. Well, now Vegeta is in the same limelight. And it makes sense, because Vegeta is a family man, just like Goku. So, Vegeta has not just taken some sudden change. This was a development coming, and he's only just gonna get more lighthearted as we go on. But he will never give up his pride. That was the one thing he was always raised on. So he will always be a bad mug. He's not about to forsake his family because he has his Saiyan and family pride. So I hope that sheds some light on Vegeta, and if you guys enjoyed watching this video, or if you agree with this statement I've made, then by all means, like the video, or even subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want. There is absolutely no pressure. My name is Zack Attack, and I'll see you guys later.